So while we're talking stage shows and you're going to all over the UK, tell us a little bit about it. Does this production change according to where you are, or is it the same everywhere? I know you've said it's a generic story pretty much,
Yeah.
but sometimes you have to think about culture and where people are
Yeah,
from and that.
There's local references that get changed wherever we go,
Yeah.
that normally get a wee cheer here or there. And like there's a big football match on the 6th of April up here. It's Rangers versus Celtic at Ibrox Park. So obviously as a cast, we watch that very closely and scrutinise everything that happens in it, because that'll all be in the show. If there's any drama, I don't know if you remember, there was one with Ali McCoy and Neil Lennon had a Barney at the side of the pitch.
Yeah.
That sort of thing goes in the show instantly. We're rubbing our hands at those points, going, "This is going to be great to add in."
Oh,
So
that's quality stuff, that, in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets changed all the time. But yeah, the thing I was kind of saying was the story is of Billy, who's the Rangers fan, and Tim, who's a Celtic fan. They get locked up on the day of the big match for non-payment of fines. And on the way out the door, when they're getting arrested with the police, they've persuaded their wives to go and put money on the bookies on their team. So if their team wins, their wives will collect the winnings and pay their fines, and they'll get out. When they arrive at the prison cell, they're greeted by Harry. So Harry's the jailer, the turnkey that locks them up. And what's happening in Harry's life is he's waiting on a phone call about his sick grandson. So his grandson's in for a big operation, and he's waiting on a phone call. So every time the phone goes in the kind of jails, Harry's on the phone. And what happens is the two guys persuade Harry, the two boys persuade Harry to let them watch the game through the hatch. So they're taking shots each at watching the match, but as the match is unfolding, they're also getting a wee insight into Harry's world and what's going on with the grandson, and it starts to have an impact on those two, and through it they start to try and support Harry, who's having a bit of a tough time. So he maybe comes in with a cup of coffee, and the boys are kind of coming together to raise his spirit. So it's a beautiful story about humanity. And I always say to people, set now, you could easily make it an Israeli and a Palestine. You could make it a Sunni Shiite. You could make it, say, Liverpool, Everton. It's two people that don't get on, and they've got to overcome that bigotry and the sectarianism within it for the greater good for somebody else, for Harry and the Cell. So it's a brilliant story. It could be Montague Capulet, and make it in Shakespeare. It would work. So it's great.
Sounds great. Sounds
it
brilliant.
does. It really does.
Yeah.